G'day folks, another gold prospector here. Well, if you were clever enough during the intro, you should know where I am. If you're not from Australia, I'm now in Cape York, far north Queensland, in the Palmer Goldfields. It's a bucket list location for me, and I've arrived today. I'm with my good mate and co-host of the podcast, Andy, so thanks to him for inviting me up here. It's much appreciated. He's the man behind the camera at the moment as well. So what you're seeing now is the start of the vlog that's going to do the entire trip. I'll also be releasing some videos for you of days, digs, things we're doing up here. But hands are dirty. We've only been here a couple of hours. I flew up from the Gold Coast today, and now we're out in the beautiful Palmer Goldfields. And my first impression, all I've got is wow. So stay tuned, guys, and we'll be into it tomorrow. G'day folks, day one on the detector up the Palmer. Let me give you a look at where we started this morning. So you can see down there, there's the buggy. We've worked all the way up this gully, both sides. I got one target right next to the buggy that was a lead shot. Just down in here, there's a hole where Andy got some gold. He'll have to check his page out to see the enormity of that thing. And we're up on this rock bar now. And Andy's up in front of me there. He's working the right side, I'm working the left side. And yeah, he's just got a boot tack up there, but I'll show you why we're here. As you can see, we're up on a hill, but running across the top of the hill are these, very water worn. And you can see them all through here. And so this creek or river at one stage ran across the top of here and changed course. So that's why we're working these banks. But I'll pick you up on the first target. All right, guys. Well, I found another roundie. They're the only two targets I managed. It's getting toasty. She's certainly warm up here. No two ways about that. We're sitting on the back of the buggy at the moment, just having a drink, and we might go back to camp and sit in the shade for a couple of hours, and hopefully the cloud cover comes and we can sneak back out this afternoon. But got a few weeks up here, so I'm not dead yet. First morning, you'll have to check out Andy's vids and have a look, see at what he's pulled for the morning. All right, we'll catch you soon. G'day folks, afternoon session. As you can see, it's cooled down a little bit. I'm still sweating. I've dug 2 lead shot in this gully. We're downstream from where we were this morning. Andy's gone up over a hill. I've dug 2 dirty great big lead shot in the bedrock. And I've got a target here. And I'm down quite a way. And it's screaming. So I can't give you a listen because I'm using a 7000. So I've got the module and the earphone in. So tell you, if you've never prospected up here and you think you can handle heat and harsh country, think again. I may be pudding, but I'm pretty fit. And I tell you, this tests you, this place tests you. And it's day 2, so. All right, let me keep digging, and hopefully I've got something to show you. I'm due. Well, that's a pretty deep hole. I'm starting to get excited. Oh, on we go. G'day guys, day 3, and just to let you know, so we've been on a private lease in the South Palmer area, and today we're all packed up and heading up to Cannibal Creek on the Palmer station proper. So we're up there for 3 or 4 days, and we'll get some detecting done up there as well, and I'll show you around. There's a lot more history to be seen up there, so I'll give you plenty of that to see. And yeah, we've got the buggy on the back, and we're about to head off now to Palmer station itself. So I'll catch you up there. Alrighty guys, welcome to Palmerville Station. We're living a life of luxury. We're in the cabins at Cannibal Creek, Palmerville Station. So got a bit of air conditioning, which is nice, and about to head up to the camp up the top there and have a damper night and chat to a few of the people staying here. Probably record a podcast tomorrow. We'll do a bit of prospecting, but yeah, we've got the next 3 or 4 days here, so we'll definitely get some gold in the jar, hopefully, because I'm due. All right, catch you soon. Morning, folks. We've been pushing in for about 15 minutes on the buggy, and just stopped here at a little historic site. I'll give you a look. And I'm standing under some very old mango trees. Unfortunately, no fruit on them at the moment, but yeah. Anyway, we're going to keep pushing on in, and I'll catch you when we get there. Alright guys, I've pushed up a couple of gullies for a bunch of junk, and then pushed up this main creek. I'll give you a look at it. She's pretty rocky. I just got a target under this bedrock here, down in there. And I have my first bit of Palmer gold. There she is. That's a nice little nuggie. That's a beauty. I'm shaking. Finally. Probably 15 bits of junk to get that bit of gold, guys. And you'll know who I'm out here with. So it's not as easy as you think, let me tell you. I'm using the 7000, which this isn't ideal for this because I'm bashing it into rocks constantly, but a bit of perseverance, and it paid off nicely because that's a great little bit. It's probably a gram, a bit more, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's only a guess. But yeah, there you go, eh? My first bit of Palmer gold. Well, first real bit. I got those specks in the pan the other day, but yeah, that's a ripper. So happy. All that walking paid off. We're in a beautiful little gully here. Nice and shady, which is great. It's just dried out recently, so there's some ground to cover in here, which is great. I'm just going to keep working along here now. Obviously, that's made my mood a lot better. I'll show you my junk when we get back to the cabin later, and you'll see why. I was just, typical detecting frustration first, but it pays off when you get things like that. That's a cracker. All right, guys, catch you soon. Guys, I've grabbed that nice little nugget out of this crevice, and as you do, run the detector straight back over that crevice, and it's still got a screamer in there. So I'm going to keep hacking away in here, and hopefully it's another bit of gold. So let's have a look see. Still in there. I've disconnected my module so you can have a listen to this. There's definitely still a target in there. Beautiful grey clay. That's where that last nugget came out of. Let's have a listen. Getting excited, mate, yet or what?
Getting a little excited.
I'm bloody getting excited for you.
I've done that much junk the last 2 days.
Good looking clay, mate.
Yeah. She's out. Hold a little bit.
Look at that.
Now, I'm not convinced that's all that's in there. I'm going to check it again. All right, now I'm convinced. All right.
You liking the Palmer yet, mate, or what?
I am in the last 10 minutes, that's for sure.
First 3 days you were a bit grumbly.
I was a little grumbly, but that and the last one in the last couple of minutes certainly makes up for it. That's a cracker. All right, guys, see you on the next one. I forgot to show you too, guys. I got sick of copping flack from Andy and Tish about my scoop. So while I was here at Palmerville, and I've christened it. So there you go, a little bit of a souvenir to take home and remember the place by. Not that I think it'll be the last time I'm up here, but yeah, there you go. 2 crackers. I'm stoked. I'm going to work up this gully a bit more and see if I can ping a couple more, but she's starting to warm up. There's a nice little swimming hole about 1 kilometre south of where we are, which it's got my name written all over it. All right, guys, we're heading back down the creek towards the buggy, or towards the water hole for a swim. But, that's pretty much first morning on Palmerville Station proper for me, and 2 great bits of gold. So I'll give you a closer look at them. I'll give them a wash up and we'll whack them on the scales and see what we ended up with. Been a great morning, so I'll see you soon.
No, it's just a nod.
On the walk out.
Gave it to you. Sure.
Have a look at this crevice. Nice signal in this crevice, down into that grey clay. Have a listen to this.
That'd be gold, I reckon.
That'd be gold, I reckon, too.
Could have picked somewhere in the shade, eh?
You could have.
Oh, no. Let you 2 dig in the shade all morning.
Just a set of crevices we couldn't walk past. Nice deep sections of the creek here. Comes up onto this bedrock and there's 3 crevices in a row that are just perfect riffles.
Oh, look at that.
Woo!
There it is.
Just when I hand the detector over to you too.
Yep.
Oh,
I love the Palmer.
yes.
Look at that thing.
Oh, nice.
It's another 1.5 grams.
Nice.
And daughter in the jar.
Alrighty guys, back at the cabin now in the air conditioner. Let's get these two little puppies on the scales. So nuggie number 1, 2.87. Nuggie number 2, it's a little bit fatter this one, 3.18. Together, 6 grams for the morning. Super happy with that. Morning everyone, day 2 on Palmerville Station. We've trekked in to the same area we were in yesterday, and Andy's been talking it up. He thinks we're going to have a cracker today. We had a great day yesterday, got 9 grams between us, but look at the area I'm about to start in. It's pretty nice. All this bedrock that's usually underwater. So we're going to start here and work our way up. Hopefully I'll see you on the first target. And here we have the common Palmer prospectors, scratching away in a crack endlessly.
Yeah, got it.
There you go. There's the nug. Jar's right next to you.
G'day folks, I've pushed up to where I got those 2 yesterday. It's down there somewhere. So I've got up to here and I have a target under there. Now I've scraped back all this overburdeny gravel and it's starting to scream. So every chance it could be junk. I've dug 5 pallets out of 1 hole this morning. I've dug some nails. Haven't got any gold yet, but I feel a little more confident up here because I got those 2 nice bits yesterday. So I'm going to keep digging in here and see what happens. I've don't have a cameraman at the moment. Andy and Tish are using the 6 down on some bedrock further downstream and pulling some little bits of gold out of the bedrock. So they're going to continue doing that. It's a little bit harder for me with the 7 trying to get the coil right into those bedrock cracks. So I've decided to push up here where I got gold yesterday. But let's dig this out and see what it is. I'll show you if it's junk or what it is when I get it out. Update on my hole. It's deep. I'll give you a listen. I'm starting to get into that grey stuff, which I was thinking it was junk when it started doing that, but now that I'm getting into that grey stuff on top of the bedrock, you just never know. Anyway, this is everything I've pulled out of this hole so far. So, plus what I'm standing on. This is a big hole. Pick disappears into it. All right, keep digging. I got a feeling it's a horseshoe or something, but you got to dig it. All right, after a rest, a long rest, as a swim, I came back to this hole. It's no nugget. It's no horseshoe. I was wrong with the horseshoe call. It's like a knife blade or something. Bit of history. No gold. All right, catch you soon. And that was the end of day 2. That hole wrecked me. I ran out of water, so we ended up heading back. So 3 litres of water by 10 a.m. A couple of big holes and you'll go through your water very quickly up here. As you can see, I'm sitting in the lovely air-conditioned cabins at Palmerville Station. Andy and I have just recorded our next podcast, so you can look out for that. It'll actually probably be out before this video. Yeah, live from Palmerville. So today's a write-off today. It's too hot anyway. We recorded this morning and we're going to have a day off and a bit of rest and probably get back into it Wednesday. Today's Monday. We've got to shoot into town tomorrow and do some shopping because we're extending our stay on the station, which is fantastic, and
of course, thanks to Palmerville Station for putting us up while we're here. It's brilliant, great place. And new sponsor of the podcast, which is fantastic as well. So Palmerville Station, big ups for them. Jump on their Facebook page and get involved, guys, because this place is definitely a bucket list for any prospector. You need to come and experience it. It's once in a lifetime, this place. It really is. Not just for the gold, but for everything. The people, the terrain, the heat. I don't suggest coming up at this time of year. We're in the build up to the wet season now, and she's very, very toasty up here. The barra fishing, the red claws in the dams, the swimming holes, the orchids, the birds, mate. It's just absolutely special up here. So I'll have some more gold hopefully soon. I might sneak out and do a bit of panning in Sabo, a bit of crevicing somewhere close to camp, and see what these clouds do, because there might be a storm in Sabo, and I don't want to be in a dry creek bed with a storm brewing. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Stay tuned, and otherwise I'll see you in a couple of days, but it'll be a couple of seconds for you guys. Hopefully with some more gold, because I need some more gold. All right, catch you soon. G'day, folks. Out again, day 4, 5, not sure. We're in a different section of the station this morning. I've pushed up a creek. I'll give you a look. So I've come up this creek here, around this bend. I did a heap of bedrock down there for nothing. Came around this bend, and then I've got this terrace here that runs out to where this side gully joins in. So I've just run over this entire terrace. There's a few detector holes here, so I was almost inspired that there might have been something on the side of the hill here. You can see there's some diggings, recent diggings from someone. The last hole's just there next to it, and that was for a piece of lead shot. I've worked most of the side of this hill. I'm going to work my way back down into this side gully, which, as you can see, wanders up around up there, and goes off to the right up there as well. So I'll work up there. Andy's already taken off up the gully before this one, so no idea how he's going. Probably finding gold, knowing him. And then I'll come back down, and if I do no good up there, and I'll keep working up this creek. But we had a little bit of cloud cover this morning. Sun's out now and it's banging hot, but when the cloud cover's over, it's quite nice. We're a chance of a bit of rain and storm this afternoon, so we'll keep an eye on things. But we're right next to the main road, so not a long journey out, and we're not in the buggy, we're in the car. So hopefully we can get some gold. I need to add some into the jar after doing a donut day. Recording a podcast yesterday, and a couple of podcasts and an interview, so they're probably already out by the time you see this. But yeah, so I pulled a ring pull out of the creek and a bit of lead off the side of the hill here, and I'm going to keep working on, and hopefully we can get some targets. I'll bring you back when something exciting happens. Alrighty guys, so I opened up with you guys just on the other side of that ridge there. I've walked this whole bank along here up to, there's a nice flat terrace here and some bedrock, and I got a target here. It was really shallow, and I was pretty convinced, and I've got a bull ant nest right next to me. I was pretty convinced it was lead. Dig every target. Let's pick him up and have a look, eh? Nice little flat one. Beautiful little nugget. Beautiful. All right. I'll keep working this area. I might go up a little bit higher. It's probably, look, it's flat and smashed, so it's travelled a fair way. I've got the whole side of the hill here to work. It's all freshly burnt, nice open ground. So I'm going to keep persevering along here. There's no other detector holes. So those holes from earlier on that last ridge, they've obviously dropped back down into the gully and not done this terrace. So beautiful. We're on the board for the day. Ripper. See you soon. I'll drop back down into the main creek. Mainly just to find a bit of shade and have a bit of a rest. I'll work the rest of the side of that hill probably for another 45 minutes or so. Probably consumed another litre of water, so I thought I'd come down here, take 5, have a bit of a rest. I'll show you this. So, if you can see it, I'll zoom in for you. But something has made itself a nice little home under that overhanging rock right next to the water. I would say pig or doggo, dingo. Nice little spot. Not a waterhole I'll be swimming in. She's a bit of a murky one. Not nice. Oh, there's some decent fish in there. But I will be coming up here. I've left the detector under that nice shady tree down there and doing these insane bits of bedrock. Just run over them and see how we go. But yeah, just taking 5. It's about 9:45, I suppose. A lot cooler than the last couple of days, so we should last a bit longer today, which is nice. Not going through water as quick, which is great. So, and the car's not too far away anyway. I'm probably half a kilometre from the car, which is, you know, an eighth of the distance we've been doing the last few days. So anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying a bit of a inside look at Palmerville Station. It's certainly something I'm enjoying. I'm loving being here. It's just so wild, so untouched. It's yeah, really put it on the bucket list if you haven't thought about coming up here. It's something you really need to do. It's yeah, once in a lifetime, this sort of stuff. It's brilliant. Anyway, guys, catch you soon. All right, guys, back at camp now. Heat got the better of us. I actually ran out of water working the side of that hill, so we've headed back. Nice warm day. Let's get this little bit of water-worn gold on the scales. Out there, I think I said about a half gram. So there you go, just over a gram. So $200 morning. Can't complain about that. Alrighty, guys, we'll see you when we're back out there again. Things can change quickly on Palmerville. She's pretty black out there and blowing a gale. Smells like rain. Hey folks, out for an afternoon one. A little bit of breeze today, so we thought we'd give it a crack. We had to do a few things this morning, so I couldn't get out for a prospect, but we're out here now. It's toasty, as you can probably work out, but you've got to do these things if you want to find gold. So let me show you where I am. You might recognise this area. Yeah, you probably won't because it all looks the same, I know. But where I left off yesterday with that little piece I got on the terrace, just on the other side of the gully over there, that terrace there, that is where I got that piece. So this afternoon I've worked all the way up through this V in this gully here, both sides of that, all the way back down, and now I've worked up onto this flat terrace, which is comes down to that inside bend where I finished off the other day. I think I showed it to you, where I had the detector under the shady tree. So I've worked all of this bank here, all the way up through there for literally not a target. I haven't even dug trash. There's a few detector holes around, but nothing that would make you think it's been cleaned out. So anyway, I got over to this side of the ridge. Oh, where am I? Over here. And I was working just this edge where it drops off dramatically, like it's a cliff, down probably 40 metres into the creek down there. And I was just working this edge and got a target here. And lo and behold, it's a bit of gold. There we go. Nice sort of chunky bit. It's not real clean. I probably could have washed it for you, but it's solid. It'd be probably a 0.8 or 9 there. So worth coming out for the afternoon, because you know, it's probably around the $200 mark right there. So let me just give this a clean. And I've got plenty of ground similar to where I just got this one, which, as you can see, the bedrock sticking out here, and it's all like that all the way through here. All right, let's have a look now. There you go. So it's a spiky little critter, but still water warm, but yeah, a little bit spikier than the flat hammered piece I found yesterday, but nice and round. So on the board, and I'll keep working and pick you up if I get another one. Something about this place, 2 nuggets in one hole. Same hole. Just ran over the top of it, and that's what's just come out. It's probably a gram piece there, a bit more maybe. Awesome shape. Very cool. Bang, two in the same hole. I'm going to be going over this area pretty thoroughly, I think. All right, guys, I'm getting excited. See you soon. There's the last hole that had the last two. 1, 2, 3 meters. Next hole, not as big, but I'll take them. Nice little piece there. Catch you soon. All right, that last bit came out of this hole. Next hole, what's that? 1 foot away. Next bit. Nice reefy bit. Probably a sub-gram. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 bits in a 3 meter dead straight line of each other. Very nice indeed. Alrighty. Okay guys, another hole, another piece of gold. I don't know if you'll see it, but that's where I was earlier. So I've moved probably 20 metres. I've worked right along this edge, following the same line for nothing. Then work came in, and I'm working back down towards where I got those bits. And fairly shallow, but in some pretty hard soil. That's a nice bit of gold. That's the biggest bit for the day for sure. That was probably 1.5 grams, 2 grams, probably a bit more. Hard to tell. I'm not used to bits of gold this big, so I'm probably not the best guesstimate for these. But that's a beauty. All right, catch you soon. Andy's calling me. Here's my last hole. Here's my next hole. Here's number 6. A little bit, probably the smallest bit I've got. Nice and reefy though. But a little bit of daylight left. Gonna keep pushing. Catch you soon. Last hole. Next hole. Oh, beauty. That's a nice bit of gold. That's an absolute ripper. What's this camera at focus? Wow. I'm trying to get the light on it for you. There you go. It's a beauty. Number 6. All right, back into it. Got to make hay while the sun shines, literally, because it's about to go down behind that hill. All right, see you soon, guys. Number 7. This is insane. Absolutely insane. This is all in a probably 25 metre square patch. Madness. Better keep going. Last hole. Next hole. Number 8. Little flat bit. A bit different to the other ones. Anyway, keep going. Alright guys, I ended up with 2 more bits that I didn't film because I was running out of daylight. So ended up with a total of 10 out of there. Let's get them on the scales. Let's see, here's probably the biggest one. 2.1. Maybe him. Whoops. 1.37. Maybe him. 1.73. Little doggy. 1.14. Little chunker. 0.9. Little flat one. 0.5. So let's chuck them all on out. Let's get the rest of these lilies on. We will be heading back first thing tomorrow morning to get the rest of it. So that comes to 8.78 grams. That's personal best for me in one day, in one afternoon, in literally an hour, I pulled those bits out in. Pretty impressed, pretty happy about it. Andy came in the last sort of 15 minutes of daylight that we had left, and he pulled another, I think 3.8 or 4 grams as well. So we're at like 13 grams for that little run. So we'll be heading back there tomorrow morning and hopefully add to the tally. But yeah, what a day. I think that brings my running total to 17 grams. So well worth coming up here, that's for sure. All right, guys, I'll see you in the morning.
Good morning, folks. One guess where I am. Back at the same place I was yesterday afternoon, for obvious reasons. So I have gridded from right down there all the way up here, gridded the opposite way to what I worked yesterday, right out to that tree line, right across. And I've probably done a good 40 metres and haven't picked up anything, which is one thing that's, you know, a little disappointing, but on the second hand, it's also good that I didn't miss any gold yesterday until I got to this hole here, which is right next to that hole from yesterday, that hole from yesterday. Have a look at this for a bit. Oh, beauty! That's a ripper. What a way to start the morning. Stoked. It's probably 2 grams there, I'd say. That's a lovely piece. Beautiful gold. All right, I'm going to keep gridding this area because, yeah, we pulled 13 grams off it yesterday. So, got to finish it, work it, and make sure it's empty before we get out of here. All right, guys, I'll catch you soon. Here's my last hole. Here's my next hole. There's the next bit of gold. Not as big as the last one, but that's all right. I'll take them all. Nice bit of gold there. All right, see you on the next one. Alrighty, guys, had a bit of 5-minute break. That's where I was just over there. This dirty, great big hole. Got it in the scoop, then dropped it. Had to find it again. And a little flat bit. All right, keep going. See what we can get out of the rest of this patch. Alrighty. Oh, another hole. This one was a big hole. I struggled with the 7 in amongst the bedrock there to find the target. Actually had to get Andy to come up and pinpoint it for me so I could get it out of my hole. He's just running over this area with the 6 that I've been over. See if we've left any small gold behind.
Getting a couple of little bits, but not much.
Yeah, it's been pretty well cleaned out, which is what we needed to do after yesterday, so glad we came back. Here's my next bit. Oh, on the floor. You guys can help me find it.
Down one, you mean? Another tiny one.
I found it. Anyway, so probably a 0.4 or something there. I'll add that to the jar. Might stay with us and we'll see what Andy digs out here, eh? So we're picking the gold pretty much out of that sort of clay that sitting just on top of this decomposed bedrock.
That's right, you hit the crunchy shit, then you hit the clay on top.
Yeah. Still in there. Yeah, most of our bits have been fairly shallow, which suits me. Not easy digging up here, mate.
It's alright. It's alright when it's gold.
It's alright when it's gold. It's out.
Didn't bring my scoop with me.
Side.
I think it was here.
Look at him. One scoop wonder is every bloody time.
Not every time.
Oh, no. It's not often you miss.
It's easier with the 6.
Yeah.
So that's what the 6 is getting at, the 7 misses. And of course we got the 7 punched up pretty heavy for big deep gold, so the 6 is picking up a few.
Beautiful.
Another one in the jar, mate.
Yep. All right, guys, catch you soon. All right, guys, there's the last hole. Here's my next hole. And the next bit of gold. Probably a 0.8, 0.9 there. Nice chunky bit, flat, but it's chunky, solid. And he's just down here still picking up little bits in amongst our hot spots. So you can see, I'll pan around, have a look. Holes, 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 holes. They're everywhere through here. Just holes galore. Every single one of those holes has been a piece of gold. We have not dug a single piece of trash. All right, see you later. Okay, folks, we're pretty confident we've cleaned her out. Now we're done. We're just gonna go around, kick in all these holes we've dug. Just easier when you're working a patch to leave them exposed till the end. You can see exactly where you've got them targets. So we'll just go around. They're all pretty close together, which is nice and easy. And kick them all back in. Do the right thing, and we're done. So we'll get back and do a weigh up of what we've got. We'll add it all together, see what we got out of this patch. But it's over half an ounce, I'm guessing. So not a bad little ridge line. Alrighty, see you back at camp. Alrighty, guys. So let's have a look at what we ended up with for the day. Start with the big one. I think this is probably the biggest one of the patch. Bang on 4 grams. I'll chuck the rest on. .3 for the morning, and then we'll put on the rest of what we got out of there yesterday. Oops. $15.15. And they're the 3 bits that didn't come out of there, just so you know I'm not cheating. 15.15. And what did you end up with, mate?
7.1.
There you go. So 22 grams off 1 patch. Very nice. Which brings me to a total for the trip so far of 22.25. There you go. Definitely covers the season pass. 4 days worth of detecting up here, and that's about $4,600 worth of gold there. All right, catch you soon. All right, guys, let's leave it there for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. Hopefully it's as successful as part 1. Getting to a length now where it's going to get a bit long, so we'll chop it into 2 bits this trip and go from there. So thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and stick around for part 2. Shouldn't be too far away. Righto, catch you soon.